What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's ready to get into the TA. And yeah, with that being said, let's get into the TA. All right, so guys, we have a in my personal opinion, we have a clear as day setup. Like, it's the same exact thing we were talking about a few days ago, but it is literally so much better now. It is just so much better, guys. This thing really is setting up to have a rather, in my personal opinion, I'm going to use this word because I think this word has merit here. All right, massive rally. I do think we are going to have a rather large counter trend move here. And honestly, guys, I don't know where it's going to stop, but this thing has a lot of fuel behind it, all right? Like, not only do we have the thing we mentioned the other day with the put to call ratio spiking, which clear as day is literally showing a spike in bearish sentiment. It's like, oh, if there's a day where people got the most bearish, where is it? That's what the put to call ratio shows you. It also shows you that, hey, when that thing is high, there is short squeeze fuel, all right? Now, that thing did drop down immediately the next day after. I think it was around 1, and then the following day after that, it was also then around 0.7 something, or maybe it was 0.8. I don't remember. Either way, that is not the only reason we have a bounce setup here. Like, we have a very clear as day bounce incoming, guys, and I don't want to sound like a broken record because I understand. Okay, I understand. Since this day. All right. Well, actually, no. Since this day, I've been calling for a bounce. And we did end up getting the start of that bounce, but it didn't have follow through. It ended up coming back down. All right. And then we got an even better call entry. All right. Now, I'm just going to tell you guys right now. All right. What I've been doing with these, and what I actually did this morning on the pop is I ended up getting out of the December 30 calls. Because those, I'm just saying, they might have expired worthless, all right? And I'm not going to have that chance. What else did I do? I did end up grabbing some more calls. Now, I did do that up here. So they are down. I'm not going to be adding any more just because, hey, if we see a counter trend rally, I am now positioned accordingly in January 6th, 264s. I bought them right in the money. So, or right out the money. I think it was 264s. But either way, guys, I am positioned for this because, yeah, I mean, I really do see the only way we go is up. All right. Yes, we are going to be continuing much lower, but like, hey, you are not going to keep falling off a cliff without hitting the branches on the way down. It's not going to happen. All right. And you got like your main branch right here before you hit the last branch. All right, and I'm just saying we got quite a setup to bounce into this branch. All right, so let's go over that. All right, so we're just going to cover the normal TA here. All right, actually, let's look at the weekly chart. Did things flip back to bearish? Yes, they did. We had stochastic crossing up last week on DIA on the weekly time frame. Now we do not. We had stochastic crossing down on the weekly time frame on Mr. VIX. Now we do not. All right, going over the daily, we will start with Mr. VIX, even though does not really matter too much to my analysis that I'm going to be doing here in this video. But yeah, guys, what I am watching for, all right, is I am watching for your RSI to come down. All right, this most likely is going to come back down to oversold territory. I don't think this is going to be the thing giving us that bullish divergence, though, is that is going to be signaling the bounce. I think that's going to be the RSI. If you come over here, we do have a setup for a triple bullish divergence, which we are going to be talking about the triple bullish divergences because we got a few of them popping up on the charts, which is, again, just adding fuel to the setup. But yeah, clear as day, you have made your lower low right there. I do think you are setting up to make a lower low. I don't know if you come down and hit this trend line, that would be, holy crap, that would be the mother of all short entries. All right, mother of all short entries. You think we got a good one up here? Oh, you haven't seen nothing yet if we get that entry. All right, but yeah, that is what I'm expecting. I'm expecting your RSI to end up coming back down here. I think you are going to end up breaking that on what I believe to be a rather large counter trend rally. All right, but yeah, you do have your momentum oscillators all hinged to downside, stochastic hinging down, CCI hinging down, RSI hinging down. All right, now moving over to SPX. Now this is where I am. Well, QQ is where I think the bread and butter of this setup really lies. All right. But yeah, clear as day, you do have that bullish divergence going on right here on your CCI. You have your stochastic also giving a bullish divergence there, and you have your RSI making your way down here. Now, something I want to shout out right now is how we are going to be using this RSI. Okay, notice where we are on our RSI, and I want you guys to look at this. This, by the way, guys, this movement we had right there, this vertical movement, that is what I think is right around the corner. All right. And again, I understand broken record, but again, I am not going to stop shouting it out unless it goes away. And I'll tell you right now, the setup is literally only strengthening. It really is setting up for it's just such a massive bounce. Now, I don't know if it is going to be something that comes exactly like this, because honestly, that's quite frankly, that's what we got set up here. But yeah, it's going to be something similar to it, and it's going to shove us into this zone right here, where it's going to bring us up to that gap fill. And yeah, that is what is likely about to happen. All right, and the reason I'm playing short expirations on this, which again, guys, I'm going to repeat myself, that it was something I've been saying over the last few videos. Guys, it's not wise to play the counter trend move, okay? I have lost pretty substantial on playing the counter trend move. Perfectly fine, all right? I got a skill set that is a money printer. I'll be perfectly fine. But yeah, all right? Someone actually said it, like, perfectly, and I'm going to post this on Twitter as well, because I think this is just so funny, but I screenshot it. Let me read this, all right? And I was laughing my buns off, guys. I was laughing my buns off when I saw this. I saw this probably like a half an hour ago. It was in the Weeble comment section on a QQQ. Then it goes, I guess I'll get to walk out of these calls with a severe limp. That's literally me, yo. That's literally me. I'm taking the severe limp, all right? Like, straight up. And yes, we are continuing down, but like, again, you're here on your last branch, all right? If you're going to get the bounce before you come down to 254.26, then yeah, it's gonna be here on this last branch. And if you go down there, like, sure as hell, we're gonna, instead of the triple bullish divergence, we're gonna form the quadruple bullish divergence. All right. So that is going to be something. All right. But yeah, look at this RSI right here. All right. We're gonna come back over to SPX. All right. Look at your RSI. Look where you are right now. All right. You are right here, right at 40. All right. Come over here. What did we do over here? We came back down. All right, so we're coming down. You just don't hit the oversold territory and you start turning back up. All right, what do we got right now? All right, we look like we got the exact same thing going on. All right in time for a crown trend move. I want to point out right here, you had your hammer candlestick right there. That was a little slanted right there. You had your hammer candlestick right there. All right, now you come over here to your what is it? Your actually, we're gonna look at QQ because this is actually better seen on QQQ. And that is personally what I am playing, because this is where the setup really is. But yeah, all right. So as you see, we got our last branch right there, and I want you guys to see we have 3 points of divergence. All right, we now have a triple bullish divergence going on the daily CCI. All right, you also have your RSI right here. All right, so this is actually the one I wanted to show you guys, not the other one. All right, your RSI right here. Look over here, right there. All right, just look over there. You're at 33.64. All right, come over here. You bounced at 33.42 on your RSI right here. And I want to point out you had, so first of all, I'm going to go like this, all right? But you had 1 point of divergence. You had 2 point of divergence. You had 3 points of divergence. You had 1, you had 2, that hammer candlestick, and then you had that last one right there that marked your bottom, all right? I am just going to say right now, all right, we have a very solid setup here, all right? Like, straight up, right? We're coming into the last branch. We got a triple bullish divergence on our daily CCI. We have a bullish divergence on your stochastic. And you are reaching the same exact level that you bounced, had your counter trend, your massive short squeeze counter trend move last time, which if we measure this out, guys, this was significant. This is a $20 move. I will take a $20 move from this level. I will be able to limp out of this thing alive. All right. But actually, no, if we get a $20 move, guys, I'll actually, I will be up on the overall position. So yeah. And by the way, guys, all right, I'm not going to say I've done the safest thing, but I will say this, because I am myself and I am a trader, all right, I have made it so I have not gotten demolished here, all right. Today, I rolled out all of my contracts over to, whatever it's called, January 6th, all right, and that's just because I don't want to see all of my contracts go completely worthless, and it's not like I got a lot for them, but, I mean, either way, again, I know there's a very solid chance that by December 30, we do not go up and reach my strike. So yeah, I mean, that's that. You just got to do what you got to do when the charts are telling you something, when the market's telling you something. You just got to open your ears and listen. That's literally it. All right, that is literally it. But yeah, we covered the daily setup right there. All right. Now let's look at the 4-hour setup, and this is something that again is queuing up, and I did post about this on Twitter. I posted that if we do have a dip below this level right here, this bottom we had over here at 262.46, we will be forming a triple bullish divergence on the CCI, the 4-hour CCI on QQQ, and we will also, and this is the good one, all right, and this, I've told you guys about these. Guys, things on the RSI mean more than what pops up on the CCI. All right, you have a triple bullish divergence also going on the 4-hour RSI. All right, guys, that is pretty sexy. And again, it's happening right as we go into the bottom of that branch. All right, I didn't think you were going to dip all the way down into it. I thought you were going to do what you did the other day and slightly undercut this low, dip into this demand zone down here. And I thought you were going to take off. Now, I will say, buyers are not stepping in. Like, I mean, honestly, you'd want, okay? I'm not going to say this is strong price action, but I do think this is a bear market with tricks. I don't think it's just like, you can't just look at, I mean, like, yeah, price action is price action, but, like, in reality, we are in a bear market. This is literally designed to trick people, all right? They're making this thing look hella weak. I am still not going to be surprised if we see a massive move up like this, all right, over the following trading sessions, all right? And again, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I'm not going to come to the charts and say something that's not on the charts, all right? The setup has not changed. It's only gotten stronger. Now, I understand it sucks, all right? It sucks that, like, you really don't know when these things are going to stop falling. This is what I was trying to tell you back, what was it? 387 gap fill. Right over here. Right here on this gap fill. Look, I told you guys, like, literally one of these two videos that we made, I told you guys, like, hey, there's a chance you come up to the gap fill and you just miss it and you just fall off a cliff again. That's the pain that can come from someone exiting their full position. I never exited my full put position. I'm still rocking with the January 20 SPY puts. All right. So, like, now, of course, not like most of them. I really do wish I held on to most of them because, as you see, we just kept falling. But this is exactly what I was warning about. All right. And that's why you always want to make sure you still have that, like, the base of your position there, which for me, that was just always keeping 1/4 of the position. All right. Moving forward. Now I see. All right. Maybe I'll keep half the position because this is, insane. All right. Now, luckily, yeah, I mean, there's been losses on the call side, but the put side has just kind of been sitting there. So that has done that. But yeah, like I said, I still think I am going to be able to limp out of this thing alive. Yeah, I mean, this is why. All right, this is like, I hope you guys see the clear as day setup I'm talking about. And, like, even if we don't end up, like, if we don't, I'm just gonna look at this. Okay, look at the last time you sold off. Okay, look at the last time you sold off over here. You got down into oversold territory. You fell another, this looks like to be another $20. Yeah, so almost another $20 there. And then you bottomed, okay? I'm just saying right now, we're not going to bottom after another $20, all right? We are likely going much lower, all right? Like, it's just, the cards are not aligned for you to come down here and bottom shortly after this. The cards are aligned for us to fall off a cliff, all right? The cards are aligned for us to finally come down into the zone, fill this gap. Maybe we come down here to the support. I have no idea. But all in all, guys, like, this is what I'm getting at, okay? Like, we have ways to go, okay? And if SPY is going to go down there and NASDAQ is already down here near its lows, you see what I'm getting at, okay? Like, NASDAQ is not going to hold itself at its lows. It's just not going to happen, all right? And then we come over to DIA. DIA is just whole, and guys, this is like kind of playing out exactly like I was saying like it could. All right, I was saying like something to keep an eye on is the fact that DIA was the only index to come up and break this level here. All right, it's the only index to break its August high. So is it going to be the only index that comes back and holds its lows and double bottoms, or makes a higher low? Probably a double bottom. I don't know. All right. But it is increasingly looking like that is going to be the case with QQQ all the way back down at lows. SPY is like halfway there. And then you just got DIA way up, still in the sky. Like, what is this? This is $18 off, $20 off from lows you went, or off of highs you went. Honestly, that is increasingly looking like it is going to be the case. All right. But yeah, guys, I think that is pretty much it. I think that is pretty much it. I don't think there's anything else we can point your attention to here. I mean, obviously our girl Mara, I told you guys, hey, the plan, buying Mara at 250, just being able to put 50k in at Mara at 250, just riding out till $10, there's 200k right there. All right, it does look like we are going to get a better opportunity on the lovely Mara here to maybe we get to buy at $2, put 50k in down there, and it turns into 250k by 10 bucks. But all in all, guys, whenever the short squeeze does kick off, it is going to be a move like this. We're probably going to go up to $20. So now do the math, 250, 50k at 250. Now you got, what is that, 400k. All right, so this is all in all, this is what I'm looking at. I'm not looking at any options for this. Someone like asked what strike and expiration on Twitter. When you know right now, no options will be played on Mara for me. This is literally my insurance. All right, this is my insurance that I get to the golden realm. All right, to the safe haven. All right, and that's literally how I'm looking at this thing. Yes, I will be playing options on SPY as we cover here on the channel. All right, but what I will not be doing is playing options on Mara, because that is literally just like, hey, if we do end up going back down, like say we're at $2, we go down to 115. Like, holy hell of an entry there. I will be bloating the boat. But yeah, like say that happens. Well, I don't want all my money to go to zero. If that does happen and we take an extra month down there, I don't want to lose a lot of my money there. All right. Well, I mean, actually, I would be losing 50% buying it too and having it go to $1. But either way, the insurance that like, hey, if I just wait it out, I will win. All right. That is the insurance I'm going for here. And I do heavily think Bitcoin is going to go on one hell of a rip. You guys see what we witnessed back here? You guys see what we witnessed back here. All right. You see what we witnessed. Let's just, this is exactly actually what I think is going to be playing out. All right. That. All right. I think that is going to be playing out. All right. You fell very quickly. You recovered. All right. Let's go to the monthly chart over here. Let's just see how many months it did take to recover. And like all in all, guys, like, that's why I say shares on Mara really is the move. Okay, if you get to buy Mara when Bitcoin's down at $10, guys, Bitcoin runs back up to all-time high somehow, and you still like just somehow happen to hold on to all of your shares, and you get to sell. You got into 50k Mara. Okay, you got 50k of Mara at 250, and now it runs up to $80 again. Like, come on, guys. Let's do some math here. Let's do some math. This is really like, this is what I'm trying to do here on this channel. I'm trying to just create wealth. All right. And this is exactly how I'm doing it for myself, which means it should work exactly this way for everybody else. 80 divided by, I want to say this is actually a 20x. This is a 20x, right? 32 freaking x. Jesus crap, dude. Times 50,000. Holy guys, let's get rich. Let's get rich. Like, this is what I'm talking about. This is on the table. This is a possibility as long as we are patiently waiting to get that entry. All right. And again, that 250 entry, that's literally just like the number I pulled out my butt. All right. We already got the gap fill. All right. That I guess is not an entry I pulled out my butt. It is literally this demand zone you got right here. The last demand zone you got right here until you fall down to like 150. But yeah, you guys just saw the math. You get 50k down there at 250. That is turning into $1.6 million by the time Mara heads on up to $80. Now, just realize this, all right? Mara likely won't be going straight up, which means we are going to have one hell of a ride. All right, we are going to get to hop in, hop out, hop in, hop out. And honestly, guys, I am so freaking excited to do this with shares. It's going to be so exciting. All right, guys. So with that being said, I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.